The next point is fertilization. Before that, we studied about the human female reproductive system and male reproductive system. In male reproductive system, we know male reproductive system produce sperms, and in female, ovum. Both sperms and ovums are produced by the meiosis process. Now, what is the fertilization? Fertilization is the process in which there is the union of sperms and ovum. Due to this union of sperms and ovum, zygote is formed. Means you can define it as the zygote formation by the union of sperms and ovum is known as fertilization process. In this fertilization process, these sperms are produced also meiosis cell division, in which the 2n chromosome number is there, and also ovum is produced by the meiosis. There is also chromosome number is 2n. So what is this fertilization, or how actually processes form this fertilization? You know, this is the diagram of female reproductive system. This fertilization process in human beings is an internal process, and this internal process is carried out in the female body. So this is the female reproductive system. In this female reproductive system, the semen is ejaculated by the male reproductive system. You know, semen contains the sperms. These sperms are present in this semen, and this semen, which is produced by the male reproductive system of human, this semen is ejaculated, means enter or release inside the vagina of this female reproductive system. Means the sperms with semen are enter inside the vagina in the female reproductive system. Then what happened? These sperms, millions of sperms are entered with this semen inside the female reproductive system during the copulation. Copulation is the physical process in which male and female are physically joined up with each other. So this copulation is the sexual process in which the sperms are entered inside the female reproductive system. These millions of sperms at a time, they travels through this vagina. The route of the sperms of traveling is through vagina to this uterus, and uterus towards the oviduct for the encounter of this ovum. At the same time, in the female reproductive system, there are 2 to 4 million ova are present inside this ovary, and in every month one ovum is released in this oviduct, and when this ovum is released from this ovary towards the oviduct, at that time in this oviduct, this tube is known as oviduct. Which tube? Which join to the ovary and uterus. So in this oviduct, the sperms are travels towards this ovum, and there is a union of this ovum and sperms. This process is known as fertilization process. Means fertilization process is carried out in the oviduct. Then what happened? Slowly this union of ovum and sperm is known as fertilization, and what form? Zygote. This zygote is formed, and this zygote is now come into the uterus. Firstly, they settle down in this oviduct, and slowly then it push forwards the uterus. In this uterus, there is a placement of this zygote inside the uterus of female reproductive system. This implantation of this zygote and further development occurs after this implantation. Implantation म्हणजे इथं काय झालं? हा गर्भ रुजवला गेला. गर्भ कुठे तयार झाला? ओव्हिडक्ट मध्ये. देयर इज अ झायगोट फॉर्मेशन अँड इट पुश टुवर्ड्स द युटेरस, अँड इनसाइड द युटेरस देयर इज अ इम्प्लांटेशन. इम्प्लांटेशन म्हणजे रुजवणं. तिथं त्याची वाढायला सुरुवात झाली, अँड आफ्टर this implementation फर्दर डेव्हलपमेंट्स आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर पुढच्या ज्या बाळाच्या वाढीच्या सगळ्या स्टेजेस आहेत त्या कुठं तयार चालू होतात, या युटेरस मध्ये. युटेरस म्हणजे गर्भाशयाची पिशवी. मातेच्या गर्भाशयाच्या पिशवीमध्ये काय होतं, इथं गर्भ वाढायला लागतो आणि त्यालाच आपण काय म्हणतो, एम्ब्रिओ. एम्ब्रिओ मीन्स देर इज अ भ्रूण, ज्याला मराठीमध्ये म्हटलं जातं. अँड ऑर्गन विच सप्लाय द फूड मटेरियल अँड ऑक्सिजन ड्युरिंग द birth and during the growth of embryo is in uterus is called as placenta. Then what happens when this further development is start of this zygote or embryo? At that time, the one organ is developed in the uterus through which this is the one called, or it is also known as placenta. This placenta is one organ which supply the oxygen and nutrients to this embryo for their further development. म्हणजे बाळाचं आईकडून पोषण कशामार्फत होतं, या प्लासेंटा मार्फत. आणि बाळ आणि आई एकमेकांना ज्या ट्युब्युलर किंवा ट्यूबनी जोडले गेलेले आहेत त्याला म्हटलं जातं एम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड, ज्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण नाळ म्हणतो. तर बाळ आणि आई एकमेकाला त्या नाळेने जोडलेले असतात. So this placenta is very important organ which is attached to wall of this uterus and baby's umbilical cord arises from it. Then out of embryonic development is completed within 9 months after fertilization and baby ready to birth. When there is a different embryonic development is carried out in 9 months inside this uterus, and after approximately 9 months total baby is developed and it is ready for the birth. Then how this development and birth is carried out? You know, the zygote undergoes the repeated mitotic division inside this uterus, embryo is formed, and this after development is completed within 9 months, that is the 36 weeks are required for the well development of this embryo, or after this development baby is ready to take a birth.
Next point is sex determination. Sex determination in human being. How this sex of baby child is determined, if it is boy or girl. You know that male reproduce the sperms and female reproduce oocytes. Sperms are having a 2n number, that is the chromosomes number is 46. Also oocytes having chromosomes number 46, means there are 23 pairs of chromosomes. 46 chromosomes means there are become 23 pairs. Out of this 23, 22 pairs are autosomes. Auto means same, एक सारखे. So 22 pairs are autosomes and one pair is different, which is known as sex chromosomes pair, which is responsible for this determination of baby is girl or boy. So from this 23 pairs, 20 pairs are autosomes, and the another factor XY contributes from this male, and in female there are 22 autosomes chromosomes pair and one is XX. These are the 2n number, means diploid number. 2n means diploid. Diploid again it is divided into haploid. Haploid means there is a reduced the chromosomes number, that is the haploid number of chromosomes. Then what happened? These germ cells divided by meiosis. Due to this, the gametes contain only haploid number of chromosomes, that is the 22X or 22Y. So this 22 plus X or 22 plus Y, and two types of sperms are produced, that is the 22X and 22Y. Two types of in male and only single type in female, because there are XX pair of these sex chromosomes. So 20X is a single. Both sperms and oocytes are produced by meiosis. These sperms and oocytes are produced by meiosis process. In case of sperm, process of this meiotic division is completed before the sperm leave male reproductive system. Means all these meiotic cell division is completed in the male reproductive system. However, in case of oocyte, process of meiotic division completes after the ovulation. Ovulation means ovules are fully formed or developed. During this fertilization in oviduct, this process of meiotic division of this female oocytes. Then we studied about the how this father is responsible for to determination of sex of baby. You know, this male contributes 22X or 22Y and female 22X. If this 22X of male and 22X of female, then this baby is girl. 44 plus XX is a girl. And if 22 plus Y and 22 plus X, then the baby is boy. So here we can conclude that the man is totally responsible for the determination of this baby. Means whether the couple will have a boy or a girl child, for this man is totally responsible, because during zygote formation man can contribute X or Y chromosomes. X or Y in a male and female contribute only X chromosomes, and the sex of child is determined by this factor. If this female X contribute with X, then there is a girl, and if Y, then there is a boy. Only X sex chromosomes of this female transfers to the next generation, and in male X or Y, either X or Y chromosomes is contribute to the next generation. At the time of fertilization, if X chromosomes comes from male, the child will be a girl, and if Y, then child will be a baby boy. So thinking of this, it is right to consider the mother is not responsible for the girl, so we all must take the effort to stop female feticides. Means आपल्या समाजामध्ये जर एखाद्या स्त्रीला मुली होत असतील तर त्याच्यासाठी कोणाला रिस्पॉन्सिबल धरलं जातं? त्या स्त्रीला. तर मुलगा का मुलगी हे कोणामुळे ठरलं जातं? तर फादरमुळे ठरलं जातं, कारण फादरमध्ये दोन टाईपचे सेक्स क्रोमोसोम्स असतात, एक्स आणि वाय. सो एक्स असेल तर XX आलं तर गर्ल, XY आलं तर बॉय. सो दिस इज अबाउट द डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ द sex determination in human being. It is very important question for your exam, because 3 marks of this question. So man is totally responsible for the determination of sex of child.